All right. That was a wonky sort of remix of our opening music, but I guess that means we are live. So everybody, I'm Neil. I'm the Calgary lead with Startup TNT, and I'm super excited to have the Calgary Summit 6 winner here with me today, Sabina Bruehlmann of Nimble Science. So Sabina, why don't you take a few minutes and introduce yourselves properly and talk about Nimble Science and what you do over there?
Yeah, thanks very much for having me. This is pretty exciting and coming off a pretty exciting few weeks. Sabina, CEO for Nimble Science. My partner Joseph and I have been working at the company for a few years and really excited to bring it forward. I'm Calgarian by choice. We were just talking, Neil. I came here for the skiing and really figured out that I was going to have to make my own companies in order to sustain my biomedical engineering habit that I had developed through my PhD. And yeah, it's been an exciting start.
Good. Well, and what does Nimble do exactly? Do you want to walk us through that?
Yeah, so Nimble is a company that we're a device company that has this novel way of obtaining a sample that really is not on the field yet in terms of healthcare. So we're collecting samples from the small intestine related to the gut microbiome. We all hear about the gut microbiome all the time, but everything we've really learned about the gut microbiome has to do with stool. And stool is kind of a poor proxy for what's really going on deep in that gut. So we've got a first device that's going to collect those samples and build really interesting data sets that are going to move the needle on personalized diagnostics and personalized therapeutics that all tie into the gut microbiome.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Obviously, we've gotten to know each other a little bit over the last 8 weeks, so I won't pepper you with too many more questions about Nimble, but your pitch is on the finale and on the top 20, and you guys are doing some exciting work. And speaking of exciting, Nimble's had a pretty crazy couple of weeks. Do you want to walk us through what's been happening?
Yeah, so for the last few years, we've really had our head down, focused on the device, developing, validating, and really being in our own headspace, trying to be a little bit stealth and not putting our name out there too much, just to ready the product to really hit the stage. But then we started marketing our seed round early in the fall here, and that's been gaining momentum. And then, yeah, the last few weeks have really just been a whirlwind. One through Startup TNT and the awesome experience that we had being on the stage with the top 5 there. And then we were part of Alberta Plug and Play cohort number 2 and just had our Plug and Play Expo this week. And then coincident with all of that, we've had some real progress on our raise. So we've got a term sheet now from a Bay Area fund, and really looking to close the round now with some strong participation out of the US.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing progress. And so yeah, so if your round's going to be closed in the next few weeks or months, what do the next 6 to 12 months look like for Nimble with that capital and help?
Yeah, so this is really growth time. We're pivoting away from the focus on the device and really utilizing the device to build these novel data sets. Nimble's doing some of that data collection in-house. So we've got some community-based collection. Everybody is welcome to participate in that. And if you want to put your gut microbiome in there for us to build something cool with, then please go to our website and check it out and connect with us. But we're also building these partnerships with companies really around the world. So some of the lead therapeutic developers in the world. I don't know if big news for gut microbiome this week with the first FDA approval for C. diff from a fecal transplant product. So that's huge news, and I think that's really going to explode the field. So we're there working with those therapeutic developers, developing data sets for them to really advance their science. So next 6 to 12 months is all about team expansion and data collection expansion off the platform we've built.
That's awesome. That's very exciting. Well, you're talking about there's a lot of attention being put in the microbiome and the interrelations between physical health and psychological health and stuff like that. So it's a really hot space right now, and that's obviously a lot of effort being put into it globally, and including financing coming in from the US for you folks. And I know you're talking to other funders potentially from outside of Canada as well. But you've had a ton of early local supporters like Ray Mazuka, Blue Sky, UC, James from Thin Air Labs, and now Startup TNT, which we're super stoked about. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about the Calgary ecosystem and the community and how you're including us in this existing round that you're raising.
Yeah, I love to talk about that. I feel like I've been talking about that all week with anyone who'll listen. I just think it's so amazing what's been built in Calgary, and you hear it all the time, feeling the energy, but you really do feel the energy, and it's pretty crazy. The first startup company that I helped spin out in 2010, and we were literally alone. I mean, it felt like an Apollo mission in the spaceship that we had built, and there was just nobody around us. Nobody could have a conversation with or raise money. And then I came out of that experience and started Nimble, and there was already this community, that had been built with creative destruction labs and some of the funders that were coming in. And then ever since then, it's just been exploding. This week we were at, first of all, Startup TNT, just to be in a room full of people that are eager to get to know, how to play in this space, how to get knowledgeable in this space is so great for us, and it's so great for others. But then with Plug and Play this week in Banff, I was meeting funders from outside of Canada, from Europe, that had systematically gone through and figured out where do they want to invest, and they had chosen Alberta based on a set of criteria, and Alberta came up at the top, and that I just blew me away. So it's really exciting to see the ecosystem build around us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Yeah, and it's been neat to see that progress too. So as a multi-time entrepreneur, and as somebody that like at TNT, we try to have a lot of like peer mentorship and stuff like that. Do you have any advice for younger entrepreneurs or newer entrepreneurs that you want to share before we close this out?
Yeah, I feel like the opportunities are endless for students to get into this space, and I feel like they need to explain it to me how to do it, because the opportunities are so different. But I guess the one piece of advice I would say is just keep your head up and keep talking and keep connecting, and building that network is so powerful and so inspiring. And it's really going to be, I think we're going to close the round here. We're looking for $100,000 more to close it. I think we're going to end up doing it with this large commitment from a US based fund. And then matched with all local support. And I think that's just amazing. That's a real testament to Calgary.
Totally. That's awesome. Well, thanks, Sabina. This was a super fun 8 weeks getting to know you. I'm really excited what the next few years are, being a little part of the Nimble story. And thanks for making time today. I know it's opening day at Castle.
That's right. I'm not skiing. I'm here. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm adulting all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. Sweet. Well, thanks again. It was great to see you, and I hope you enjoy your weekend.
Thanks so much, Neil.